Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, I'm thankful to be able to report that the surgery on the video card was a raging success. And to give you an idea how bad the situation was with the cooling, once I got the cover off of it, I did get a little bit of a look here to show you how bad it was. Now, the lighting was bad. I couldn't seem to get a good camera angle sitting here holding it up in front of the camera, which is why I just went through it frame by frame and found one decent frame that showed what I was trying to show you. And it was nasty. No airflow hardly at all was getting through there. And it only took me about 5 minutes to get the cleanup part of it done. Get all the dust wiped and blown out of there, and the inside of the case, get the dust off of that was getting stuck to and building up on the plastic on the inside, and so on. Got it all cleaned up, put it all back together, popped it back in there, and did some testing this afternoon. And whereas yesterday running Fallout 4 was causing the graphics card to heat up to 90, and in fact it actually got to 98 degrees C at one point, today it's running at a nice, cool, comparatively very cool 54 C. Of course, that's with Fallout running. With it not running, it's sitting there at like 31. Yeah. Now, normal operating temperatures for something like this, you can expect it to get into the 50s or even into the 60s. Or even the lower 70s wouldn't be too horrible. But it gets up into 80s and 90s. You got to start thinking, you know, that might just be getting hot enough to melt or weaken some of the solder connections in there on that circuit board. And it also might be getting hot enough to physically damage the GPU chip that's on that board. Yeah. Also, by the way, I was not talking about the overheating of the entire computer. No, that's not a problem at all. My CPU temperatures almost always stay between 30 and 50 degrees C. Absolutely. Now, I've never seen them any higher than that. And so that's great. But the GPU, the graphics card, that's what was overheating, and it was overheating bad enough to destroy itself. And as bad as that dust pileup was, I ain't surprised. Yeah, well, I'll just have to keep an eye on the graphics temperature every now and then and get to it again if it starts to get hot. Not a difficult job, just a little bit. I get a little touchy when putting things onto and removing them from the motherboard, because you don't do things just right, you can mess up, you can damage that thing, and that would be extremely bad. But it all went pretty smoothly. Yeah, it worked out. In any event, I am going to spend the evening doing some more recording of Skyrim and Fallout. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.
Here's the TinFoilChef.